you have a nice Thanksgiving? Beautiful. Yeah, I'm dragging my feet, putting it off, because I really don't want to say what I have to say next, but I guess I have to say, it's a confession. I confess to you. It's my confession, and it's not pretty, but the reality is I did none of the planning that was necessary. The logistics, didn't even think about it. Didn't put together any lists. Didn't make any sacrifices. Didn't set my alarm and get up in the middle of the night. I did absolutely nothing to observe Black Friday. Nothing. Nothing. Oh yeah, clap now, but who knows what's going to happen? Did you read some of the articles about the craziness out there? Black Friday. Woo. People sleeping out on sidewalks and aisles. People setting up tents. Getting up in the middle of the night. Not only that, I mean, there were actually some stores that didn't only open up at midnight, but opened up on Thanksgiving, hours ahead of midnight. So there were some people out there that got up from their Thanksgiving dinner and went shopping. All the planning, the fighting, bloodshed, mace to spray those around you to protect your territory. It was unbelievable. But I can't help to ask myself, what would it be like if we, as disciples of Christ, put as much effort, planning, logistics, sacrifice into our spiritual preparations for the coming Christmas season? I mean, how many people plan to sleep on the sidewalk in preparation for the coming of Christ? Anybody? You do it. Did you start your list of spiritual things that you have to check off before Christmas comes? Did you do that yet? Set the alarm clock for 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever hour to get ready for the coming of Christ? Imagine if we put as much planning into our spiritual preparations as the worldly do in their secular preparations. Unlike the animals, a human being needs to have hope. Needs to have hope. We are creatures of hope. Without hope, we go into depression. We enter into a spiral of decay. We destroy ourselves. And in the absence of that which can truly bring us hope, that can truly satisfy us, human beings make things up. They create things to hope for. Our society around us offers us things that they promise will satisfy our hopes and our dreams. But they're illusions. They don't really satisfy us. Maybe the first list we should put together as we prepare for the coming of the Christmas season, throughout this Advent season, maybe we should begin a list, listing all those things that we do throughout the Advent season. The things that keep us busy, the things we do sacrifice for, the things that cause us to lose sleep in this Advent season, to write them all down. And then to go through that list and scratch out anything that doesn't truly satisfy our hunger. It doesn't truly satisfy our greatest longings. Maybe we should then list what we truly want for Christmas. what we truly hunger for, what we truly long for. Peace. Peace. A vocation filled with love and life. Greater communion with our spouse, with our children. Greater communion with God. Now is the time, at the beginning of this new year of grace, now is the time to change our priorities, to change the way that we ordinarily do things, to recognize that God has more in store for us than we are often willing to ask for. The prophet Isaiah in our first reading today said, "Oh God, that you would rent the heavens and come down." And God did rend the heavens and came down and dwelt in our midst. And he will come again in glory. But not only that, it's better than that. He is present in our midst. Oh, that we would wake up and be alert to what's really real and stop putting our hopes in things that cannot satisfy us. It is here that the bridegroom offers the gift of himself to us, the one who can truly satisfy us, if only we have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. And so this spiritual season of preparation, this season of hope, is a season for us to begin anew. To put our list in order, to be willing to make the sacrifices that we need to make for that which can truly satisfy us, to respond to the Word of God, which acknowledges us to us and reminds us that we are sinners and we are in need of God's mercy. This is a season of reconciliation, to go to the sacrament, placing things in their proper perspective, in their proper order, to have the hope that does satisfy, makes us the light, gives us the good news, the truth, to proclaim to all the world. You don't need mace in the church here. We don't need to fight. Christ wills to bless all of us abundantly beyond our wildest dreams.